about how we're going to just get straight into it. I don't care, no flow. I hate when people like make their intros too long, so we're going straight into it. So we're gonna be talking about how I believe pretty much money solves everything, even the love and belonging part. Because I know like people be like, oh, yo, like money can't solve all your problems, or money doesn't buy happiness. I say bullshit because especially when you don't grow up with money, it can solve pretty much all your problems. If you had money your whole life, then it's a different story. But most people in the U.S. haven't grown up with money, or most people in the U.S. are poor. And I don't even have to look that up. Most people know that. You most likely already know that. So we just gonna get straight to it, because like I hate when people be saying that, but like so we got the Maslow's hierarchy of needs just to like prove what I'm saying. Say why I say money gets you anything you want, even the love and belonging part, even the self-esteem, even the self-actualization. Because if these needs aren't met, you're not really worried about this shit regardless. So let me stop cussing, because YouTube keep like listening to my videos because I said a bad word. But first need is like physiological needs. You know, money can get all of these. That's obvious, because if you don't have a place to sleep, you don't have a place to sleep, you can't sleep. Like if you don't have money, you can't get clothes, you can't get shelter, you can't get water, pretty much, unless you're gonna drink out of a drain or a water fountain, which is gonna make you probably even sicker because they have so much bacteria that it's not even worth drinking out of. You can't get food. The only thing you can do is pretty much breathe. Hell, you can't even probably get oxygen if you got it in a place with a lot of pollution because you don't have shelter. So we know how money buys this. You know, people be like, secure. Yeah, money can buy safety and security too. It can pretty much buy you better health care, to get you better health. There's so many health problems that can be easily fixed early down the line, but can't be because people don't have money. They can get you employed because it can help with your employment. Because if you have money, it's easier to make even more money. You need money in the first place, or some type of money to get a skill to be able to get employed, at least in most fields you go into. The only thing they can think of, you even need money to like do YouTube, because you need some type of equipment to do it with. And the better equipment you have, the more likely people are gonna watch. So it's like you need money to get employed. You obviously need money to buy property. I don't need to talk about that one. You need money to take care of a family, even. All right, so we back. So I just had to stop the recording real quick, but we back. Like I was saying, so it's the love and belonging part. Money. You need money in order to have a family and necessarily have intimacy and this connection. Because if you don't have money, if you already don't have these two bottom needs, that safety and security and philological needs, then you're pretty much not gonna be able to move on to the next thing. You're gonna be too busy worried about bills. You're not worried about love and belonging when you have nowhere to sleep or whatever. Because and plus, nobody's gonna wanna be with you when you literally are so dirty because you can't properly take care of yourself because you have no money. You need money to be able to take showers, etc. Even if you got to go to the gym, if you're homeless, you have to have a gym membership. If you're trying to like use a gym or whatever, you need some type of money, right? To have love and belonging, and plus on top of that too, um, in order to like meet certain people, people are gonna want to be around you, be friends with you. If you don't have enough money to basically just take care of yourself, a lot of people, it sounds kind of messed up to say, but a lot of people aren't gonna want to be around you if you smell, or you smell bad, you have bad hygiene. Every time they talk to you, they gotta fight themselves from throwing up because your breath smells so bad because you can't afford toothpaste and toothbrush to brush your teeth. So you need money. Like you need money, and in order to pretty much have love and belonging, like you need some type of money. People say money don't buy happiness, money don't buy you love, but it can sure help you get it faster. Not saying that you should be looking for a girl. What if you a dude of because thing is, dudes don't really care if their girl has money or not. This is more of like a women care about their man having money, because if you're a dude and you shouldn't be looking for a girl who's only gonna see you for your money, but you're gonna need money to be able to provide. Because a woman's not gonna like start a family with you if she can see you can't even provide for yourself. That doesn't make sense logically. If she does, she's not in the right space because it logically does not make sense to start a family with someone who can't even take care of themselves, who can't even be dependent on themselves. If they have to be codependent on someone else, how are you going to bring life into this world? That doesn't make sense. So, love and belonging, in order to find love, friendships, family, and intimacy, you pretty much need money because plus you're not even going to be worried about that to begin with because you're too busy suffering from not even eating at night, not even having a roof over your head, not even having clothes. Like, what you gonna do? Approach them naked or something in like a washcloth? Like to get, you need to like go up and talk to women to actually get or talk to people to be able to have love and belonging, or be in environments where you have to interact with people, and people aren't gonna want to interact with you if you don't have the money to basically have even these two bottom needs. Because if your health is out of whack because you don't have money to basically take care of yourself, um, so physiological needs. If you don't have money, to basically have clothing in any type of shelter, like you just walk around just smelling bad. People aren't going to be around you regardless. So you're not going to be able to have a love and belonging to begin with. Next thing, self-esteem. Pretty much. Well, I say money pretty much solves everything. It all starts with money. Not saying money's an end all be all. Not saying to be obsessed with money, but money can pretty much solve every aspect of your life. Pretty much every aspect of your life, in my opinion. Self-esteem, confidence, achievement, respect of others, the need to be a unique individual. Like I said earlier, if this is not fulfilled, then you're not even gonna be worried about this. Like you're not even gonna be worried about this. This is not even gonna be on your mind. Because if you're worried about getting employed, if you're worried about if you don't have a job, you're worried about um like if you're worried about like getting food, water, shelter, which you need money to have that first. If you don't have money, then you can't even get to this. Like you don't even have time to think about this. Even then, like let's say right, um, you do have the money, right? But you don't meet all these needs: self-esteem, confidence, achievement, respect of others, the need to be a unique individual. Like this right here, I believe yes, you can have this, but this is something that like money doesn't really change that much. It can because if you are the more achievement you have, the more easier it's gonna make for you to make money. Is why I say money. So I was like, or the more money you have, it's gonna be easier for you to get achievements like going to school and paying for school, um, getting skills, getting certain things to achieve, being able to afford, let's say, trainers because you want to be an athlete, achievements. Like you're gonna need money to achieve stuff. And whenever you achieve stuff and you become skilled at something, it gives you confidence. So without money in the first place to even get an achievement or work towards an achievement necessarily, you're gonna need some type of put some type of money into it. Um, you're not even gonna be able to have the confidence, let's say, because confidence and arrogance included. Confidence, you may know, is you being confident in your ability of something or being confident in yourself. How are you supposed to know if you're confident in yourself if you've never done it? It's like trying to go against like an MMA fighter, but you've never fought a day in your life. That's just arrogance. You're not confident. You're just arrogant. But you say you had 20 pro fights and you were a trainer from having money, got you able to get that achievement. You're gonna have confidence, and then you're gonna get the respect of others also because you had money to be able to pay a way to achieve something. You're gonna need some type of money, even if it's a job. You're gonna need to pay gas. You're gonna need money to get gas. You're gonna need money to get a car. You're gonna need money in some type of way, shape, or form to be able to complete this, which is going to lead you to having more confidence because you're going to be sure of yourself because you've done the things and you put money into it to be able to get those things, but you need money to get it in the first place. And then you're going to get the respect of others because you achieve those things and it gained you more confidence. You're going to see you're confident, get respect of others, and the need to be a unique individual. I don't know too much about that part, but these main three are just as important. It's because the money is going to get you the achievement because you have to have money to get some type of achievement. I don't care what you say, you're gonna need, because whenever you enter in any type of like field of life, you're gonna basically need money in order to do stuff. Like you're gonna need money. Let's say you want to be an athlete, you're gonna need money. You want to be a scholar, want to go to school, want to be an engineer, you're gonna need money to be able to pay for school. Somewhere, someplace or somewhere, you're gonna need money. Self-esteem too, to be able to like go to the gym, you're gonna basically need money to pay for a gym membership. If you want a trainer, you're gonna need money, which is gonna make you more confident because your body looks better. Which go to the gym, make you more confident because your body looks better. Then when you're more confident, people see you're more confident, it gains you more respect. But also your body's better, so it gains you more respect too because it's how much work and dedication you put in to get that achievement. But to get that achievement to begin with, you had to have some type of money. I hope y'all following what I'm saying. Well, I say money pretty much solves everything. I'm not even like a materialistic person, but money, I believe, solves any and every problem. So, self actualization, which is the very top, morality, creativity, spontaneous, the acceptance, experience, purpose, meaning, and inner potential. So, you're not even going to get to this point unless you like have all these needs pretty much met. You're not even going to get to this point until you have pretty much all these needs met. Like that's what I think because without physiological needs, like if you were literally starving, you're outside homeless in a polluted area, you have no water, no shelter, no basically no clothes to your name, and you can't get sleep because you're in like a big city or whatever or you're somewhere, but you're literally your physiological needs not met because you need money to meet them. Or unless you're going to live off the grid, which is going to be, you're going to have to basically learn how to do that, which is probably going to take time, and you're probably still going to have these needs not met for even longer instead of just getting a job or finding a way to make money. Then literally, you're not going to be able to worry about this because this is not met. This is all that's going to be on your mind. If you can't get food, all your brain's going to think about is getting food. Is how can I get money to get food, or how can I learn how to hunt to get food? But in most major cities, you're not going to be able to go hunt down a wild cat and eat it. That's not how that works. If you live in like a city or whatever, most of the world is like modernized. So like you can't just go hunting now. You can't go running around with a gun and just shooting shit. You have to have a certain license. You're gonna get arrested, which is gonna put you in even less in a worse position. But you might be actually better in prison because you'll be able to like I guess be able to come up with a plan while you're in prison of what you're gonna do out. But still, I'm getting off topic. But this part pretty much right here, this part right here, you're not gonna be able to worry about self-actualization when you're starving on the street. You're not gonna be worried about your morality and creativity and spontaneously your acceptance, experience, purpose, meaning, and inner potential. You're not gonna be worried about this shit when you're starving on the street. Like you're not gonna be worried about that. Once these needs get met, then you can start worrying about these needs. Then once you start, these needs get met, these mean safety and security. Once you have better health because you have money, because you have money, it's made it easier for you to get employed and even make more money because you go up to the job interview, you're gonna need to have decent clothes or whatever you're trying to work. You can't go in there just wearing rags. You're gonna need money to buy those clothes. Where are you gonna get that from? You need money. How are you gonna get that? You need money. So to get employed, you're gonna have to put money. You're gonna have to drive there, use gas money, use your car, most likely use money, use a taxi, use Uber or whatever. You're gonna have to pay money in order to even get there somehow, somewhere, some form. Property. You're gonna need money to get property. You're gonna need money to obtain property. You're gonna need more than just money. You're gonna need to be able to like show you're able to actually have that property or sustain it or whatever. Some stuff that goes into it. All I know is you need money to get property. Family and social ability. This is one of those things that are like you can either have it or you don't have it. Like you can get better at being social by going in social interactions, but family. Some people are born orphans. Like not everybody has family. Not everybody has that safety net. Not everybody has that. A lot of people are lucky who do, but especially in like third world countries, um, safety and security. I guess you could say family is like it's one of the things that like money can't buy, but you can make a family with if you have the money to take care of yourself. Because if you approach a girl looking like a caveman, she's not gonna fuck you. I mean, hold up, let me just like stop cussing because YouTube. If you approach a girl looking like a caveman, If you don't know how to talk, aka if you don't have money to basically, or you don't talk to people because you don't have money to take care of yourself and people don't want to talk to you, you're not going to have social ability. I say that because you can just go up. If you literally, you can't lie to me and tell me this. Do not lie to me and tell you this. Tell me this. If somebody comes up to you right now that is like literally covered in dirt, right? Clothes look like they've been worn. They smell so bad, the most putrid smell you've ever smelled a day in your life. And they talk to you. You have to literally stop yourself from gagging. You have to control your gag reflex. You're starting to become a sword master over here. How much your gag reflex is getting activated, and you're telling me you're gonna want to be friends with them? Most people aren't. That's just the truth. Most people don't want to be around people who are unpleasant to be around. Most people don't want to be people who are not likable to be around. If someone smells so bad because they can't take care of themselves because they can't meet their physiological needs, then you're not going to want to be around them. And since they're not going to be able to get experience talking to people, they're not going to get social ability. They're not going to be able to buy clothes, get good employment. They're not going to have good health because they don't have money. They're not going to be able to property because they don't have money. And then they're not going to be able to approach a girl to even start a family to get money because they're not going to want to be around them. And plus, they're going to have bad social skills because no one's going to want to talk to them because they're literally like so badly unkept because their physiological needs aren't met. I'm not saying this to be fucked up, but most physiological needs are usually met. Now, in first world countries and third world countries, it's still not even the thing. But these two, this thing, you got to worry about this after you get this because you're not going to be able. This goes into like what I was saying with the family aspect. It's like preborn family, but still, this too, you're still like what I said earlier, this, and then once you work your way, once you get all these, you can start worrying about this. But you can't start worrying about this until you get money to fulfill each one of these individually. If you do try to jump to this, then you're either going to be like messed up in one of these areas. If you just try to jump to straight this, like if you completely don't worry about your physiological needs, your safety and security, your love and belonging, because humans crave intimacy. Humans need intimacy. You will literally go crazy if you have no friends, no form of intimacy. Go look at dudes who don't get girls and see. Go look at incels. Go look at incels and see what happens. Go look up in like true incels who genuinely try their best. Most dudes don't really try, but dudes who like genuinely try their absolute best to get girls and still can't get love and intimacy, see what they do. See what happens to them. See what happens. I can't even say it in this video because it's probably gonna get taken down, but see what happens. And then because humans need this and they don't get it, it creates a lot of issues. A lot of humans end up themselves because they don't get that. I can't even say it on YouTube because it's gonna get blocked like crazy. Then you can start worrying about self-esteem because I guess you could say you could have this, like you can start worrying about this even before, but you're not really gonna be too worried about this if these aren't met. Or your self-esteem is gonna be very low if you can't even like if you can't do none of these, then your self-esteem gonna know. And you're gonna need money to do any of these. You need to go up. So your self-esteem is automatically gonna be low. People have low self-esteem and haven't done nothing in life. I bet you people who are literally like accomplished accomplished and have achievements have confidence, but you need to get money in order to become accomplished and have achievements, some type of money to start somewhere. You need to get it from somewhere. You need to have money. I'm not saying you have to own it. You could literally steal the money, but you're still going to need it in order to get confidence. Like, let's say you want to start, you want to go to school and get an achievement. You become confident in yourself because you went to school, but you had to have money to get that achievement in the first place in order to get that um degree or whatever you're trying to go into. Want to be an athlete, you're going to need to get trained by coaches. Most likely, going to be cost money in order for you to achieve that, and then it's going to make you more confident as a result. But the first thing you're going to need is money, and then once you become confident, and they see that achievement and see that you're confident, it's going to make you more respectable because people like when you're confident. People like when you have achievements. It's going to make you more respectable, and it's going to fill this out. But you're going to first need money in order to get these because you cannot jump to here and have good self-esteem without none of these. I refuse to believe that. If you have good self-esteem, if you have high self-esteem, and you literally don't have any of these, I believe you're delusional. Not in the sense of you being confident in yourself and your abilities, but that's like literally doing nothing your entire life and then believing you could beat anyone at something is just arrogant. That's just plain arrogant. Now you're not even gonna be worried about this if none of these are met. There's most people who probably don't even think about this because most of these aren't even met. Most people aren't even worried about their self-actualization. Like, what are my morals? What are my creativity? What is my What is my spontaneity? Spontaneity. I don't even know what that means. How spontaneous you are. What is my acceptance? What is my experience purpose? I don't even know what that experience. What is my meaning and inner potential? I know what that means. You're not gonna be worried about the meaning of life when you can't even. Your stomach is growling. Your stomach telling you, "Hey, the meaning of life right now is to get some food and get some money to get food and water and shelter and clothing and sleep. And now I need safety. Now I need love. Now that I have all these, or I have at least two of these, mainly the physiological needs, you die without that. Then I can start worrying about this. If you have no friends, you're gonna have a pretty low self-esteem. I'm not gonna lie. Like most people who have low self-esteem don't have a lot of loving friends and loving relationships. So that's a huge indicator you need this in order to get this. So that's why pretty much I believe that money can like pretty much solves everything. That's why I believe pretty much money solves everything. And if you don't believe me, if you don't believe anything I say in this video, if you listen to this whole video and every point I made, and you still don't agree with me, or you still, let's say, saying what I'm saying is like complete nonsense, then I say this. Look up, okay, I say this. I say this. Look up how many Americans are in debt right now. I'll actually do it right now. I'll actually do it right now. But yeah, has some issues, but I'm saying look up how many Americans are in debt right now. Americans in debt, which is usually this is most Americans. We know that. You look up how many Americans are in debt right now. National debt, national debt. What's the actual number? Total household debt increased by 1.147 billion to reach 7.94 trillion. Dang. Quarterly household. Okay, here's how many Americans? 16.9. Even that with a 16.9 trillion shared by about 340 million people. Consumer debt statistics in America feeling the pain. This is debt.org. We just take this. It's debt.org, which is, I guess, has demographics. I would look up the U.S. Census Bureau, but you can look further into it if you want to see what I'm talking about. If you look up the Americans, I spelled that wrong, but whatever. You knew what I meant. And then you look up how many Americans consider. I can't even do this on you. I can't even say this on you. This. What they didn't show on that study. The study they showed earlier about being, only 5% of Americans consider themselves miserable. That's a damn lie. Because why would it be 5% Americans? Or why would it be that low when 13, maybe 5% of 300 and something million is like the U.S. population. Over 49,000 people, 11 minutes, adults, 13 point thought that. So if money doesn't fix most problems, then why is that number so high? And plus and plus and plus and plus and plus. You can say, oh, that's the other issues, but like we said earlier, money can fix those issues if you have money to begin with. That's what I'm saying. And then we look at addiction. Addiction, I'm gonna say this too. There got two reasons why I say this. This in because this is a pretty damn high number, and it's not even the world. Yeah, that's way higher. That's way higher. But yeah, so we see this right. 13.2 million seriously thought about it, right? And Money don't happen. Now look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. So let's see how many. We're gonna do addictions in general. Did it not type it out? Oh my goodness. I sat here and typed. Why is it in terminal? Why is it in terminal? What? It's in the code. Why is it in the code? What is going on? What is happening right now? I think yeah, I gotta restart it because it messed up my whole thing. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is what I was trying to type. You know, how many people in general have addictions worldwide? Because people don't addictions. You can have addictions to pretty much anything. Like you can be addicted to anything. The only thing an addiction is, if you don't know, is just your brain thinking it's a solution. 296 million estimated worldwide, around 296 million. Furthermore, among these users, 39 could be considered or categorized as having is mostly used legal worldwide. If I and but I can't even say that on YouTube, but I could probably show it though. But yeah, 39 is related, but those are all the addictions. An addiction is still any addiction is bad, by the way. Some are worse than others, but all addictions are bad because it literally it's your brain thinking it's a solution. All an addiction is, like, just say drinking. If you have an addiction to drink, you're alcoholic. It's like this is a very common addiction. It's because your brain thinks that it's a solution to something when it's not the solution. That's the only issue. Like it thinks you need it to live, basically. It thinks you need it to survive, especially like food addiction. It's really bad. But what I'm saying is that with money, once these needs are met and you have all needs met, then you're not going to be addicted to anything really. You're not going to be addicted. It's just addiction, just a side effect of something missing in your life. When you're missing this, you're going to be addicted to something usually. When you're missing this, you're probably going to be like because of addiction. And when you're missing this, it's probably going to start because like most people are homeless because they're usually addicted to something. And I'm saying that they probably would have never needed that addiction in the first place if their needs were being met. Not saying the people who didn't choose to have that, like there's certain drugs that are hooked, you get hooked on, you can't get off. Like it's impossible to, almost impossible to. But I'm just saying that I believe that money solves pretty much any problem you can think, most problems, most, not every single problem. But in your life, in your personal life, if you have money and enough of it, you can pretty much feel all your needs, psychological needs, physical needs, mental needs, emotional needs, and addictions that may be caused because you see something as a solution because you don't have money to fix that problem, then money can fix it and then you'll pretty much not have that problem no more. Or be harder to even get addicted. There was a study also done where they made people who they did a study where people who were most likely to be addicted to stuff were certain people who were like more receptive to it because they were either lacking something in their life, especially this one. A lot of people get on, especially this one, from what I understand, because they don't have that in their life, and because they probably don't have that because these needs aren't met, and they don't have the ability to meet these needs. So it makes it 10 times harder to either get this or have this because these needs aren't met. Like I mentioned earlier, because these needs aren't met, it's harder to get this. And you can just look back and see why I say that. But that's probably gonna be about it. I'm not gonna lie. It's been conversations after dark, and we headed out.